Welcome back, students. In this section, we are going to discuss extremely important topic of your career, and that is interviews, types of interviews, and also we will be discussing how the interviews are designed. So what is the process of interview designing? So let us start with the process of interviews designing. Friends, this is not just the topic related to only HR specialization subject. Anyone who is going to join any job anywhere in his life, this section is very important for him or her to know. As we have seen in the last lectures of MPRS subject, that recruitment and selection process happens in a structured way. In selection process, interview is one part. When the selection process starts, as we all know, it starts with the candidates who are shortlisted for the process. Now, the later stage talks about how to pick the best one from these. So we had discussed the selection process in depth and we had stopped at taking interviews. I am going to take further that particular stage of interviews and we will be discussing it in two parts. One is designing and other is what types of interviews are taken as per the situation. So, interviews have four stages. One is shortlisting, second is preparing for interviews, third is conducting the interviews, and fourth is interview questions. The first stage, that is shortlisting, which so far we have discussed, that is through recruitment and selection process, which allows us to take the interviews through the cabin of interview. So assessing the applications has already been done in the recruitment and selection. Elimination and selection for the interviews is done for the candidates to various process, like we had seen return test or communication test or even face-to-face conversations or interviews for selection process that has been done, and we here decide the selection criteria. So when we are shortlisting the candidates, what criteria is there for interviews or job description, that has to be always kept in mind, and the candidates who suit or fit into that criteria are being selected. So this is the first stage, that is of shortlisting. Second stage is of preparing for interviews. Now what preparing for interviews will include? So here the interviewer and the HR managers have to prepare the interviews. Now they have to take care of certain things, and those are preparing the interview questions at first stage. So this set of questions are being prepared for the interviews. Friends, these are structured and planned interviews. So what kind of interview questions are to be asked, that has to be decided, and on what basis this will be decided. What drives the question pattern is the evaluation of skills, knowledge and experience that we want. Okay. So writing the interview questions is also important. So in this stage, the interviewer, the HR managers or the recruitment department will give the interviewers that, okay, for these many positions we need to interview the candidates. Now for that particular position, what skill set is required, how that skill set can be identified, whether that is present in the candidate or not. Say for example, you are recruiting someone for finance and accounting executive or associate position. What that candidate is expected to know? He should be able to operate MS Office or Outlook or Excel operations, first thing. Second is he should have basic communication skills, and if his job position also required the official communications, then we should better check his email writing skills. Apart from these, he is also supposed to know accounting entries, their impacts, and also some basics to deal with the ERP systems of the organization. So how can we check these skills? We can ask him, how would you rate yourself on the Excel knowledge on the scale of 1 to 10? Are you comfortable with Excel operations? Have you ever? So here we are checking skills. So if you want to check his experience, we can ask the questions like, have you ever dealt with these things? Have you done any Excel operations? Do you know how to set VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, and so on? So these questions will tell us whether he is able to perform those skills and abilities. So this is how we can check. So certain question set is being designed here, and writing the interview questions. Now once these interview questions are written and the sets are prepared, they are also planned that what questions should be asked for at the first place and what should be asked at the later. So generally all the interviews start up with the icebreaking, that greeting the candidate and then asking him about himself first or herself first, and then slowly moving towards the technicalities of the job profile. So writing from easy to difficult we go. So first stage is making the candidate comfortable, and later stages talk about testing their skills and abilities and also the applications of their knowledge. So this is how we plan the interviews. So preparing the interviews has been done. The next stage comes is taking the interviews or conducting the interviews. So conducting also happens in two stages. One is before the interviews and second is during the interviews. So once the question set is prepared and everything is structured and planned, what the interviewing committee does is, before the interview starts, on the exact day, they have to have the atmosphere be prepared for it. Means directions have been set for the people who are coming for the interview. They have been conveyed the scheduled time of the interview. If necessary, then one can also ask them to prepare certain topics or give them the expected topic list or expected skill set those are required. So the job description has to be already informed to the candidates. Then no distractions have to be there. So any noise or any human interference in the interview area has to be minimized or eliminated. So no distractions atmosphere has to be created. Panels has to be arranged. So sitting arrangement of the panel, sitting arrangement for the candidate. If they also want to check his appearance and walking styles or the body language, then proper distance has to be maintained, and the room has to be set in such a way so that they can evaluate the candidate verbally and non-verbally. So if the sound system is required, it has to be arranged. All the technical facilities have to be arranged very well. And question allocation, if there are more than one members in the panel, then who will be asking what question at what time, at a time or one by one, that has to be planned, structured, and accordingly the question allocation has to be done to the panelists. This is before the interview and after the interview preparation. So one has to take care of this, and review guidelines are also to be given to the interviewers. Friends, panels are very integral part of the interviews, and they also affect the behavior or the output of the candidate. So we can also see this in the big rounds or depth interviews like interviews in UPSCs, where 8 to 10 different groups are there, and the processes are lengthy, stressful, and also they are very, very intricate to the level to test the knowledge and various aptitude and other attributes of the candidate. We'll talk about it definitely in this lecture's later part. So this is before interview, that all the arrangements have to be set. The later part talks about during the interview, means when exactly interview is going on, what the interviewer has to keep in mind is welcoming attitude has to be there. then explaining and summarizing if it is required for the, or if it is a plan, it is a part of the planned and structured interview. So one has to give an idea to the candidate that okay, we want to, our objective is this, and we want to we are going to talk with you about this or on financial matters or your knowledge of marketing, etc. So at the end of the interview also, the interviewers are going to allow the candidate to ask certain questions. Now why this is? Friends, interview is also an opportunity for the candidate to know about the organization more. Yes, the candidate is supposed to have his homework done very well. That is, wherever he is going, he must know the basic information about that organization, latest news about the organization. If that organization is the listed company in the stock market, then also the stock prices and recent related news about that organization. And if there have been major decisions or major news about that organization being on the paper or on the media, then that candidate at least should know about those news. So he can base his own questions to the interviewer on that basis. So this is during the interview that the candidate is also allowed at the end of the interview to ask certain questions. Thanking and directing also is done at the very last, where when the interview is done, the candidate can be told that your interview is done now, means we are done, you may leave now, or we will let you know, and so on. So there are various sentences they can use to let the candidate close the interview. So in all this process, we also keep agreed the schedule. So interviewer must remember that what time has been allotted to every interview, and he must stick to the time. Certain interviews which are basic, they may long from 5 minutes to 15 minutes. So this is how UPSC's interviews generally are scheduled for 30 minutes, and believe me, 30 minutes for a candidate is huge time, is a very long time. So this is the conducting the interview stage, and the last stage is interview questions. So remember, at the second stage we have talked about planned and structured interviews to evaluate the skills, abilities or knowledge of the candidate. That evaluation is checked here. So I have given a direction that what we have to check has to be questioned. So behavior and competency based questions are expected to be asked at this stage. So the interview questions will generally include the questions which will assess the skills, attributes and behavior as it was having the objective. Now what kind of questions here are asked? So we generally talk about, tell me about yourself, tell me about your experiences of life, your learning of life, any odd situations have you ever dealt with and how did you overcome them, tell me why you choose particular method for communication in particular situation, what strategies did you use to get back to the track, or how did you overcome, how did it help you, what were your learnings, how would you tackle the situation if XYZ obstacles come, etc. So here what we are doing actually by asking certain set of questions. When we talk about tell me about yourself, we are asking the candidate to relax and just tell about himself. So here we are going to know his objectives, his approach towards life, his experiences, his general background, which will tell us what are his capabilities and his basic criteria to suit the job position. So when we ask also the hobbies and strengths, so we are also giving the candidate the opportunity to express himself, and he can take this chance to let the interviewer know what kind of person he is, what is his approach, what attitude he holds, and how he would like to enjoy his life, or how would like to pursue the life for him, so that it will also show his attitude towards work and ambition for the career. So this is the first question. When we talk or ask him about how did you tackle, that means we are also checking his approach towards problem solving. Fine. So logical reasoning, behavioral aspects, approach towards life or approach towards work can be judged here. So that these questions are set to help the interviewers to evaluate those things. So friends, this is how the interviews are structured, which allows them to find the accurate final selection of the candidate. So this is the first part of our session. Let us go to the second part, where we are going to discuss the types of interviews. As we had discussed in these 4 stages, the second stage is of planning and structuring the interviews. So this structure will depend upon the job position for which the interviews are taken, and this job position will tell you what skill sets are required. So when the job positions talk about higher positions of leading roles, the interview structures will change. If we are hiring someone for the very basic or executive level, the interview structure will be different. If you are positioning or hiring someone who has to be very technically expert, and his job is not to meet with many people at the place, but to be very focused on problem solving or developing some softwares or etc. So the skill set will be required, and here again the question sets will change. So as for the suitability to the job position, there are various types of interviews those are taken. I have mentioned separately here AI, that is artificial intelligence, and that is because this is the latest trend which will pick up in the coming decade, or in even 5 years. You will see it at boom, where the robots are taking the interviews. Now we will talk it at the end of the session. Let us first discuss very basic types of interviews. Those are preliminary interviews, basic interviews, where we can just ask, do you tell me about yourself, do you know this, do you know how to handle Excel, or do you know how to give presentations, or do you know how to pursue people or sell a pencil, and etc. So these are very basic questions, and we are evaluating the basic knowledge. Fine. So preliminary interviews are also having certain types, because the space is changing, the time is changing, or some companies like topmost MNCs, they have a flood of candidates coming in if they have arranged for walk-in interviews. Fine. So walk-in is also one type, where the MNCs or many companies let people or applicants come themselves. So they will let you know the time and schedule of the interview, and it will be open for all. Whosoever wishes to apply. We have talked about this in the recruitment process, where for these kind of people or applicants, we use the elimination process. We are here talking about, so interviews may be for elimination process or selection process. So the first part of interview process is for elimination process, where we do not want these unsuitable candidates. Those can be avoided, those can be said thank you, tata, bye bye. So here the return telephonic or face-to-face interviews can be taken even for the basic interviews. So second type is formal interview, and third is informal interview. So formal interviews, like we were talking about UPSC's interviews, or interviews for the particular positions who are less in numbers with the company. Fine. Friends, here please try to understand one thing, and imagine yourself if you are the owner of the company, where you have 500 positions who are going to process the same thing in volume. So for those 500 candidates, which kind of interview you will take, where that process for which you are going to hire, that just requires a data entry job. very basic. So here, although you are going to train themselves as per your rules and requirements, the elimination round will be very intense, and you may, for recruiting 500 people with the proportion of at least 1 out of 3. So for 500 positions, you may have to have 1500 candidates to be screened. So is it possible to take 1500 interviews for the interviewing committee? No. So in these type of cases, they include more and more rounds for the elimination, starting from the very basic things like the candidates who can perform the computer, or who can operate the computers only must apply. So here, when we say the terms and conditions, the candidates who are having the computer knowledge only must apply. Then those candidates, even who are interested but not having computer knowledge, will not apply. So here you have set one criteria where you have eliminated already the unsuitable candidates, and so on. So the criteria has been added to every stage where you are going to eliminate at the first place and then select the best one. The formal interviews and informal interviews. Formal interviews where the structure is set, like in directive also, the set of selected question is been given to the panelists, and they will ask only those questions. Fine. In informal interviews or non-directive interviews, the questions are not so rigid, and they are also depending on the interviewer and also the candidate. So in these kind of interviews, the candidates have given more liberty to express themselves, so that they can explain such things which they are excel at, but we are not knowing, or we hadn't thought of knowing them. Right? So it is more of candidate oriented, what kind of skill set candidate has. There is a stress interview also. We'll talk about this at very length, why stress interviews are structured and required. They may long from 30 minutes to hours also. It depends on the candidate's stress management ability, how the candidate copes up with the stress, whether he or she can work under pressure. That is checked. As you can see, the stress interviews also talk about the presence of mind, the patience, and also the ability to deal the pressure situation, complex situation. So here the stress interviews are structured in such a way. Then stress interviews are also focusing sometimes on problem solving. If the problems get complex and the candidate is having no ways to solve it, or what is the approach. So certain times it's not just the right result for the problem solving, but the approach of the candidate to deal with the stressful situation is being checked here in the stress interviews. Panel interviews are there when the outsiders are also allowed in the panel and interviews are conducted. Panel interviews generally talks about the selection committee, which is appointed, having internal as well as external people of the organization to select a candidate. Yes, then there is a group interview also. So this is nothing but just a group discussion where certain group of a specific group of few interview applicants are being given one topic or one problem or case to solve, and that is conducted at times. Here the purpose is to check the leadership ability, the communication skills, to deal with the people, and also the presence of mind, teamwork ability. These can be checked here with the help of group discussion or group interviews. Then there is a depth interview where the candidates in-depth knowledge on particular thing can be checked. It may be a technical interview also. And the situation, interview or case where the situation is given to the candidate, and maybe certain software can also be given to the candidate to prepare or develop and so on. So this is a situation based, given a situation and checking whether that situation can be very well handled or tackled or solved by the candidates. Basic technical, I have noted certain types here. Basic technical, HR round, these are very common when you face the interviews actually, and also some lunch interviews or coffee table interviews are there. Friends, when somebody is appointed at the topmost position, it's not these general interviews where you will say the applications are being given and the candidates will apply themselves. Fine. So if you want to appoint any CEO or any divisional manager, here the interviews are taken as lunch interviews. Generally we can see them also at the directors of the colleges or even companies, CEOs. These positions are generally hired much before they actually get vacant. This is a months-long process, and at these positions, people are recruited or hired way ahead of the vacancy. It may also happen that some candidates are recruited there 8 months, 10 months, or even the year before the position is actually getting vacant. Why this is so? These are usually the leadership role vacancies where we all have talked about the succession planning. Friends, at the leasing positions which gives the direction to the organizations, no a simple person will be hired. That person has to have expertise, experience, and usually these people are preferably from the same organization, but even if those are hired from outside, you will not be having any cabin interviews. So for them, coffee table or lunch are being organized, and they talk over the lunch about how they can take the organization ahead. So that is why we call them the lunch interviews. And basic technical and HR, let us come here. So overall the organization, when you will yourself enter into the interview process, you will say that some companies are taking 5 rounds, some companies are taking just 2 rounds, or some companies are taking 3 to 4 days and rounds of interviews which are structured. So usually basic talks about the abilities, basic abilities which are required for the job profile. Then after basic, whether he can do the technicalities required in the job. So technical interview is not just you have to have set some machineries or so. In finance also there is a technical interview, so whether the person is having the technical knowledge in the field of finance or accounting, or if we talk about technical interview for HR position, then it will talk about the ability of the candidate to take the decisions related to HR, and also whether he knows the methods and techniques which are involved in all overall HRM process. So for HR, the technical interview means the technicalities of HR, the methodologies of HR practices, whether the candidate knows or not, that can be checked. HR interviews generally check the stability concern of the candidate and also discussing his final summary. Fine. So friends, this is all about the interviews. I have tried to cover it in short span. I hope this will help you to even identify yourself in the whole process. Until and unless I bring you the next management lesson, let us stop here and keep watching and keep learning. Thank you.